Welcome back, guys. So here we'll try to understand the methods of linked list. So my only request is when you are going through linked list video, please make sure that you will have all concept of array list. This will help you a lot in linked list learning. Okay. So here if you look at almost all the methods what we had in the array list, it will be same in the linked list also, because this both class array list and linked list will implement the list interface. That's where I was talking about, like you should always make the reference of list and object of either array list or linked list. So what happens generally when you have the reference of list, okay, when you have the reference of list and then you have an object of array list, if tomorrow if I have to change anything and if my reference is of list and object is of array list, which means I am only using the method present in this interface, right? That's how it is, right? When you have an interface and when you create the reference of the interface, basically what you do at compile time, you can call only the method of the parent class, right? Which means you can call only the method of the interface. Yes, at the runtime if methods are overridden in the child class it will get called, but compile time what happens, on the reference of your parent class you cannot call the method of child class at compile time, that is for sure. So when you have the reference of list, which means you have used only the method of this list interface, right? At compile time you have not used any method which is not here but here, you cannot use it when you have the reference of list. When you have the reference of list, yes, there are some methods which is specific to array list which you will not get in the list interface, but when you have the reference of list, yes, you cannot use it. So tomorrow if my project will change, if my requirement will change, if I have the reference of list, I can just go and change. I can remove this array list and I can just write linked list. That's it. Nothing will change. My entire project will be intact. Just I will go and I will change the class array list to linked list and everything it will work, because both the class will implement the list interface, right? Now go for the method. This all method whatever I told in the array list, it is all same. Return type will be boolean. This add, when you try based on the index, same method what we had in the array list. When you try to insert at the index, return type void. When you just add the object, by default this will be add at the end of the linked list. Even in the array list it will add at the end of array list. Return type is the boolean. Here you have a different method which you did not had in the array list. Okay, what are the different additional method you will have? See, this add first you didn't had in the array list, yes you have in the linked list. Add last, yes you have in the linked list. Why these two method is there? Because just to keep performance in the mind. See, the problem with linked list is when you have to add at the last, you need to travel to the entire linked list, you need to go to the end. So they have come up with the two method, add first, add last. This was not there in case of array list as per my knowledge. Okay, this contents will be the same like what we had in the array list. It will check for the another object. Return type is the boolean. Size is also same. Size is the same like array list. It will give you the size of the linked list. Remove will be the same. Return type is the boolean. Even in the array list return type was boolean. It will just remove one object. Why everywhere if you look at, I am writing the object, guys. I am not writing that primitive data type. The reason is, as I told earlier, your none of the collections class will consume primitive data type. It will always consume object data type. So when you add, let's say, any integer data, when you say list dot add 40, that does not mean that you are adding 40. Internally compiler what it will do, integer dot value of. When you add double, internally compiler what it will do, it will do double dot value of, because value of return type is a object, whereas parse int return type is a integer. Okay, that's the difference, the value of and parse int, which I have already covered in my array list. So remove method even same. Now additional method here, get first, get last in case of linked list. So these four methods are different. Now apart from that, everything same. Index of, last index of, like index of will give you the first occurrence in the list, the last index of will give you the last occurrence of the list. This I have explained very well in the array list with the diagram and everything, so concept remains same, there is no change. This guy will also will use iterator. You can iterate over the list of the collections of list, you can iterate over the linked list. You can just do linked list dot iterator, it will give you the list of the iterator. You can write one has next method. Iterator has basically three method: has next, next and remove. Recently in Java 8 there is one more method came, for each, which we'll see that. So yes, it supports iterator. Iterator is used to iterate over the collections of object. And you do have two array, same like array list, right? In array list, when you do two array, it will convert your array list to the array and it will come in the square bracket, right? Same in the linked list it will work. Sublist, yes, it is same like array list. Sublist will give you the list specified from index and to. So again, in like array list, the from index is always inclusive, to index is exclusive. So when you say 0 comma 4, you will get data 0 1 2 3. So only your 4 index data will come, your fourth will not come because fourth is exclusive. So these are the method of linked list. So guys, please try to remember all the method. People can ask you in the interview, okay, at least they will ask you, okay, tell me the methods which are there in the linked list but which is not there in the array list. So you should know, you should be in position to tell you, like, okay, you have add first, add last, get first, get last. So these are four methods which you have in the linked list, which is not there in the array list, right? In next video we will start with this method implementations part, like how this method has been used, and I will show you how this class has been implemented by Java development kit, right? Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.